Photographers are like people who enter hot dog eating contests but always come in second place. They know what they're doing is wrong and it won't pay off as well. They often are used to being rejected and not loved by crowds of people. And they're full of pork. It doesn't mean if 5 of them came to me for help, I'd refuse.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
I have a hair light hidden out of the shot. We're on the Nikon Z6 III in 6K RAW, of course. That's what you need for YouTube studio life. Canon EF 24mm 21.4 at 22, just to show off that I know how to stop. I know the dials, I know how they work. So I always save interesting comments or questions, put them all into a file. I used to do like 5 of these in a show, but it was so scattered. And I'm just like, I don't know what to title the damn video. It's like one guy wants to know, what's the best Sony lens? And then, how come Fuji doesn't beat Panasonic in a fight? And it's like, okay, how do you title that? So we're doing it anyway because they've built up so much. What is better for you? A big old camera with large dynamic range, Super 35 weighing 10 kilograms, or a small full frame camera with excellent autofocus, a terrible digital image for same money? I hate you. This is like, would you rather get stung by 1,000 bees or have to sleep with tarantulas? It's like, no, neither are good options. The best balance of all worlds is actually what we're witnessing here. Nikon. You have the cinema image, but all the convenience that comes with an autofocusing mirrorless, stabilization. It could do wildlife, it could do anything. It could vlog. Terrible stave on that thing, but little digital crop, it's a tiny crop, like 35%. But us image snobs, we like the cinema cam look. We want a Canon C70, but we want the features of a tiny body, tiny Sony ZV-E1 with the Canon C70 image. Could you even imagine? ZV-E2, next generation specs. Like, that's what we want, but how do you get the balance? Like, I've looked at cinema cams. I had the C100 Mark II. It was a glorious image. I just found it wasn't fun to use at all. All the buttons annoyed me. The ND filter did nothing. You still had to bring one. It was like there was no advantages. The SD card slot in the back, you had to flip up this thing. And so to me, it just is not worth it. The cinema cam, it's like, yes, it's a better image, more dynamic range, but you lose everything. You can't do anything fun with it. The slow-mo street videography with a Canon C70, no stabe in the body. It's like, okay, I can't use a prime. So Nikon has struck the balance the most. Nikon is the absolute future. Those 1.4 primes, you're joking. You wait. You wait till the next body. I almost want to sell my ZV-E1 for another Nikon body, have 2 Nicky boys in here. Could you believe it? You couldn't? Why is no one talking about the Freefly Ember S5K? That does 4K 800 frames per second. Could the search for the perfect camera be over? You think I would lose my job that easily to a little dickhead camera that could only do one thing? Amazing would it be? Like, all I want is the best slow-mo. I could have so much fun, but not at the expense of complete, utter, no use ability. I'm gonna read one of these books. I'll be right back. I just need to learn English real quick because I don't know it. I'm holding this book in a way to show you the cover. Comedic timing, anyone? And the mic is not blocked, so you could still hear me. No, I can't see the pages. I'm not learning English very fast. So while yes, that would be the ultimate camera, it's an E-mount that has no electronic contacts. So literally every lens does not work because it can't manually focus. You need a cinema lens. I think my Voigtlander 35mm 1.4 would work because it's all manual. But like, what a pain. So like, you're looking for cinema glass that's super heavy. You have no screens. You have to rig it up with a monitor and a V-mount battery and this heavy thing, and it's manual focus only. And like, what are you even gonna capture with it? It's so like, what would I even do? I would like set it up, manually focus, and then run. And I'd be like, wow, that looks so cool. Was that worth $20,000? Probably not. And then I'm trying to do like slow motion street videography, just hiding. I know it looks like I'm filming a movie of you right now, but just stop looking at the lens. So it's the balance between like the features I want versus how is it to use. That's mainly what I focus on, is the usability of it. So like this is very good usability wise. It can do most things. Not quite the 4K 800 frames per second, but it's okay. Then you work with your quirks, but that thing, like I would not get it. It's too hard to use and too niche. I want like those kind of specs in my mirrorless one day. That's what I'm waiting for. Hi, Carl. I was wondering if you have used the Sigma FP cameras. If yes, what was your experience with it? Would you recommend it as a new person purchase first camera? Used it, both video and photography. Thank you. It's another one of those, like it's probably the most glorious image you could get. Frickin' 12-bit RAW, tiny body, but is it a tiny body? No, you need to rig it. It has no stabe, no autofocus, no flippy screen. For me, that would be my worst nightmare. It's a Blackmagic OG, but full frame and basically worse. It's just so annoying to imagine. Be back here. Okay, I'm gonna set this shot up. No flippy screen. Have to click it into my monitor. Manual focus, peaking, judging. Doing that every time for a YouTube video. Are you kidding yourself? You know, I'm partly curious as to what that would look like. Just like I'm curious what the Canon 5D Mark II would look like. A 1080p only image. The first DSLR to really do HD. Full HD. And it's like, how good would that look? Probably pretty good. How annoying would it be though? Like not even a tilting screen on that one. So like I debate getting the Canon 6D Mark II because that at least has a flippy screen and dual pixel autofocus. And then like I could use this lens natively on it. And it's like, okay, that would be fun. So it's like I'm weighing the image. The 5D might be slightly more cinematic and better colors, but at the pain of using it, it's so annoying. Versus the 62, okay, not as good an image, but at least I can use the thing. I'm not going to rip my hair out. I have hair. So it's like the FP camera would be such a nightmare. And I experimented with that route of seeing the most cinematic, the Blackmagic OG. You can't beat that thing. It's 2 megapixels. Glorious image. It was a pain in the ass every time to use it. I was just like, damn it. Even outside, I'd often miss focus because it looked like it was in, but it wasn't. Just annoy me to sleep. Now I'm in heaven with Nikon. It actually latches onto me like 100 feet away from the camera. I'm 85mm 1.2 and I'm just like, holy shit. And then if you film in 6K, which is hilarious, it like you can crop in and it looks really good, like too good for our own good. For example, let me move back and wide open the apertures. Oh, should have brought the mic. I realize that. Like you can crop in. That is kind of fun. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie. I'm overexposed. Casey, which lens is better? Sigma 16mm 1.4 or Panasonic Leica 15mm 1.7 for Micro Four Thirds video and pics. Also, with consideration later, to be coupled with Meta Speed Booster. You can't use a speed booster with any of them. Oh, I hate you so much. If you're doing that, just do it now. And then you don't need any Micro Four Thirds lenses. You're getting Canon ELAF lenses like this one. And this one's better than both. But if it was me, look, there's a place to be a 2D crab in a world. And you're scooting. And you're scooting around and you want to hide where you are. You don't mind that you're a green screen pretending to be in the place you are. Or you get a Leica lens. And then you have the depth. And then people don't even believe that that's real. And it's like, oh my God, wow, he's popping out of the scene. He really went there, didn't he? So it's like, I would go for the Leica, so much tinier too. That lens is so cute. So cute, tiny little thing. I love gear like that that's so tiny but also has the pop. Are you kidding yourself? But I will say this. Sigma has a place. It's going to be sharper. You might do a little talking head video in your studio and it's like, wow, that Sigma's so crisp. I have a lens coming that should prove this once and for all. It's going to be flat as hell but super sharp, clinical, but maybe you will prefer it. So it's like, if it's me, you asked me. It's Leica, of course. The Sigma is just trash meat. It's art lenses. Disgusting. I'm sure they have some lenses that have the pop, but I haven't tested them all. I ain't about to try it. So it's like they're gross. But like, whatever. You'll be sharp and crisp and in focus. Heavy glass. The size alone just makes that Leica so cute. All right, last question here. Would you say Voigtlander is better than Leica or vice versa? I don't know. I've never really sat down and they're all very good. There's a certain brand of lenses that just, wow, those are really good. It doesn't really matter. Once you're at that tier where you're a three-dimensional boy in a woman's body, you're ready to go. I've compared Voigtlander to Zeiss, and I often always preferred the Voigtlander rendering. For some reason, it's better. I did the Zeiss 35 2.8 versus the Voigtlander 1.2, and it's like, yeah, that Voigtlander is special, but it's manual focus only. Can you live with that? There's some nice Leica glass out there. Super expensive, but it autofocuses most of it, some of it, not the M mount ones, unless you're a little tech art adapter. Huh? Take that, boy in a woman's body now. Oh, what are you gonna do with that? That adapter is shit, by the way. Like, you can only hold a certain weight and it like moves the lens, but it's not smooth or anything. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna use this for a video. Like, I move a lot, not indoors, because the lighting changes so dramatically. Although I could turn that into my key light with 6K RAW. Couldn't I? Couldn't I? Should have brought the mic. But Voigtlander glass is fantastic. Zeiss, amazing. Leica, I've only ever really tried the Panasonic Leica versions, which I don't know what Leica did at all. So there's potential that Panasonic actually knows how to make 3D pop lenses. Maybe all their L-mount lenses are fantastic. I don't know. I've only tested a couple. They didn't seem to have the pop. But if Leica's on the name, it's got the pop. Can you afford it though? That's the thing. So like, there's budget options. The Thighpoc, we might have one on the way. How would you know? Just get the one that's easiest to use for you. Don't go out of your way to make your life hard with like an 85mm 1.2 manual focus lens because it's the best look and then it's impossible to film yourself. That's what you're doing, right? Filming yourself? Come on. That's what we're all doing, I expect. So it's like, for me, my Voigtlander 35mm 1.2 is probably better than the Zeiss 35 1.4, but that one autofocuses and I could do street videography with it. That's the better lens. I would rather have that. Not saying I'm gonna make the switcheroo, but you should. And buy it through my affiliate links. There's one affordable Leica lens, the 50mm Tony 2 for L-mount. So if Panasonic ever gets their shit together with an S1H2, that's my lens. Then we're cinema's ours. Huh? So 6K exists. Bitcoin is fun to throw away. And subscribing for moving and saying it.